At the Farm Progress Show this past year, Case IH rolled out their new AF9 and 10 series combines. And this week I got a phone call and had the opportunity to go check out this combine firsthand. I want to thank Brad and Jacob Wade of the Wade Farms. They operate just south of Bloomington, Illinois. Michael Schmidt at Central Illinois Ag, and certainly Case IH for the opportunity. The Wade operation operates two Class 8 combines. They're on 15-inch corn. That's been their program for years now as far as from a combine capacity standpoint. Well, this new combine changes the rules completely. Now, if you missed it at the Farm Progress Show and didn't get the opportunity to walk around this machine personally, it's hard to kind of judge it from just photos. But one thing I would like you to pay attention to, it's bigger. It's maybe like at least a foot longer. I know when I was talking to Brad Wade, he said he noticed that really quickly in the field. It's a lot more stable than his Class 8 combines. He said especially driving down the road, it was absolutely awesome. Certainly, when you start looking behind the sheet metal of this combine, I walked up to it and talked to the guys at the Farm Progress Show, you realize really quickly that this is a clean sheet design. And the folks from Case IH confirmed that with me, and they basically started over. And obviously the goal is what? More efficiency, burn less fuel, all those fun things, increased capacities, well, everywhere. And this combine, I believe, has checked those marks. At the Farm Progress Show, you get to watch it make a pass in the demos, look at it in the booth, but until you get it out in the field in the hands of farmers, and in real-world settings, that's where you can see the difference because the other combine is right across the way from it. Now, I'll just cut right to the chase. The guys were telling me, compared to their Class 8 machines, the throughput capacity was double. They were over 5,000 bushel an hour with this machine, and you'll see some video clips of the grain tank and the sample. It was amazing. They did comment on the power of the combine. They weren't pushing it too hard. It was a brand new combine, running at around 90-95% capacity. Certainly, Michael Schmidt told me that they were going to put a bean head on this, and they've got a 16-row corn head, and they're going to have some fun with this, getting it on farms here all fall. But massive, massive numbers when you see the stats of this combine. It's got a 15.9-liter engine, a 400-gallon fuel tank, standard horsepower 710. It's got the max up to 775, which is crazy. As far as the feeder house goes, I know to convert the Gearinghoff head on it, they had to change some knuckles, I believe, on the right-hand side, just because everything is so large, which is cool. In terms of the rotor, I think that's the biggest thing you notice when you look behind the sheet metal. The rotor on this combine, are you ready for this, is 4 more modules longer. Basically, if you look through the information from Case IH, it has 50% more separating area on the rotor, and it's 3.5 feet longer. And that really tells the tale, besides the fact the cleaning system has also been enhanced greatly. You're talking about, it looks to me like about a third bigger than what we've had on our conventional combines as far as from Case IH here over the past few years. It's pretty crazy. They've also added some added slope. They've always had that capability in the flagship combines, but they can do it up to, I believe, 13 degrees, which is pretty cool. Obviously, the other big part of this combine today is the automation. Brad was running the combine in full autonomy as far as setting the combine, and he was showing me what he'd learned in that combine here in the first day. Obviously, it was about evening time when I was out there, so he had a few hours in the cab, and he said he loved it. The inside the cab features, creature features are awesome. Certainly, it's got a pair of the 1200 new displays from Case IH. And I also wanted to comment, it did have the cameras all the way around the combine as well, and they worked really well. Certainly, they're digital out on the auger and behind it and alongside it, and all that fun stuff was pretty cool. Grain take capacity, 567 bushel, and one certain thing you'll notice right here is high-speed unloading at 6 bushels a second, which is a big number, and certainly it's got that big spout on it, and like Brad said, it takes a little getting used to, but it's really nice. It really lets you, have a little bit of ease with the grain cart operator because you can throw that grain out away from you or you can bring it back pretty easily, especially when you start putting on these larger headers, whether that's a 50-foot draper or a 40-foot 16-row corn head, it'd be the same thing. So, but it was great. I was there for a couple hours in the evening time. Obviously shot this video, then had the chance to get up in the combine and check it out myself, and of course talk to Brad. And I think that's the key conversation when you see game-changing technology. And what I mean by that is, I'm in my early 50s, and for us on the farm when I was a kid, it was a big deal when we got cell phones, okay? And a lot of you know what that's about. And then it was a big deal when we had the efficiencies of front wheel assist on a tractor, because I was there and had those discussions with my dad. And you know what? It took my dad a while before we got the first Magnum with front wheel assist. And then, dare do I say it, we're going to engage a lot more people when we talk about auto steer, because there was a time when a lot of people said, I'm not spending the money for that. And I think that's what you're talking about in terms of efficiency with equipment like this. Is it's the next evolution. And is the evolution for everybody? Of course it's not. But does it change the operation? And that was the conversation Brad and I were having. You can see Brad in the combine there with his grandson. Does that mean they can go to, get rid of one of the Class 8s and get one of these? And then does it mean they can still pick up more acres? Does it mean they only run one combine in certain situations? What kind of costs are associated with this? Labor efficiencies, all those things. Well, they're different with a combine like this compared to the ones we've been running for the last 10 or 15 years, right? And I think that's the cool part. Certainly, you got all the negativity in the world. I mean, John Deere's had their X9s out with their added capacity now for years. But there are some benefits, and the benefits are real. That's why you see these combines out in the field, because farmers are quick to realize labor's a challenge. And obviously this year, that was one of the things Brad did tell me. We laughed about it. He said he's never seen a fall like this in his career. They got all the soybeans out basically nonstop. They had a little bit of rain here in central Illinois on a Sunday, and the rest of the time it has been perfect, bluebird, the nicest weather you could ever have for harvest. And there's no stopping that here the next 10 days. So suspect everybody's going to get all their crops out here in a real short order. But anyway, I just wanted to give you a little update on this video. Again, I want to thank Brad and Jacob Wade, Michael Schmidt at Central Illinois Ag, and certainly Case IH. There'll be a video we're going to put out here on This Week in Agribusiness in the tech segment. I did get an opportunity to interview Brad. It's a good interview from the combine seat. You'll appreciate that. My biggest advice, go see your local dealer. Certainly, the majority of Case IH dealers are going to have the new AF combine out. And obviously their goal, Case IH's goal, is to get farmers in the cab of this machine so you can see it yourself. And you'll quickly realize, like me, that I think Case IH did a lot of listening as far as understanding what farmers would want in this new combine and delivering it. But the proof's in the pudding. The proof is to go out and look at it yourself, learn about it, and see if this is something that works for you. I was very impressed. Michael's invited me out to go run the combine some more here this fall. I'm surely I'll take him up on that opportunity. But I do appreciate everybody sharing this with me. And you know what? It's fun to share new technology like this. And like Brad said, this isn't going away. This machine's going to be around for a long, long time. And this new era of new combine efficiency, especially at Case IH, this is the first venture down this lane, and this is a really impressive first start. Check out that sample, by the way. I mean, literally, it was absolutely perfect. And automation did that, which is really cool. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy this video. There's about 5.5 minutes left of running footage, and I know there is some clips of inside the cab as well. Again, see your local dealer if you got questions. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and if I get back out, which I'm sure I will this fall, I'll be sure to post some more as well. Anyway, guys, have a safe, blessed harvest season, and be careful out in the fields. And I look forward to talking to you guys. If you got any questions, put them in here. I'll do my best to answer them myself, or have some of my friends who know a lot more than me about this new machine answer it as well. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great night.